who you love who you marry. And so I went ahead yesterday to explain why I said you don't marry who you love. It's not like you shouldn't love somebody. That's not the point. But love is not the first thing to consider. Sounds so contradictory, but it is the truth. So um, so yesterday I said that you marry who you know. It is because of the knowledge of who you, it's because of, as a result of that knowledge, love will be produced, right? So let me give you an example. Because you know your mom, because you know your dad, you love them because you spend time with them. And don't forget, I always say that love is the things you do that brings about this attachment over time. So you cannot take time out of the equation. And that time we're looking for in love is actually not enough. It's not foundation enough for you to consider marrying somebody, because that is just like, I would say, infatuation. May not necessarily be infatuation, but that rush, that excitement, that feeling, oh, I love him, I love her, I think she's the one, blah, blah, blah. That is not how to make a decision before you marry somebody. Because except if you guys have dated for like 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, then fine and good. But we're talking about you meet somebody 3 months, 6 months, and probably a year. I don't think you have developed enough love to say, I'm marrying because of love. So that's why I said, do not marry who you love. Marry, love who you marry. That's how it's supposed to be. Okay. So, but if you love somebody already, probably because you have known the person over time, it's still you're at advantage. But we're talking about people who just met, they don't know themselves. The first thing to consider is knowledge, not love. Do you understand? So how do I have access to this knowledge? So I promised you guys that there are certain questions you need to ask um, for you to have access to knowing the person. So I just feel like preaching. Hallelujah, somebody. One scripture came to my mind. It said that I may know you. You know, and sometimes when you talk about things like this, you begin to understand certain things, why some of these things were stated in scriptures. But like I said, this is not a religious setup, and we do our best to keep it that way. But of course, we are the light of the world, so those principles must definitely pop out somehow or however. Yes, let me see who is live today. I have a gift for first timers. Say something, first timer, and I gift you data. Why is that some of you, when I tell you to get your data, you don't send in your numbers? I don't have your number, so how do I give you your data, right? So ensure that you follow the instructions that I'll be giving you today if you want to really, really win something today. Amazing gist. So this just I love doing this because it helps you contemplate, it helps you meditate, it helps you bring out, go deeper, and things that would normally trivialize. It makes us to see that these things are a necessity and essential part of our living, and most of the times we do not take these things seriously. But having been here and doing the things that I've done have actually opened me up to certain knowledge. So so I'm trying to see those. So just say hi if you're live on Facebook, on YouTube, on Instagram. Are we on TikTok yet? Okay, we're not on TikTok. I consider your silence as no. My back crew guys. All right, so these questions, I'll go straight to the point because I don't intend taking a lot of time. The weather is kind of prosy, and I know you want to go and do. You want to go and, you know what you want to go and do. Go to night VG. Go to night VG. Go and look for a wife in a club. I know I didn't say anything, no. But funny enough, you could actually find a wife. You see, I'm not like all those people that are so judgmental and like, you cannot find a wife in a club. Who told you? You can. You really can. But it's just that it's not something that is everyday. Like it's not a norm, right? But you can. You really can. You really, really can. And who also told you that it is in the church only you can find a wife or a husband? Hmm? But let's leave that. I don't want to digress. My point is, if you are going for Yahoo, if you are going for chilling. Make sure that. So I can see, who can I see here? Aboki Surplus, as usual. Oops, excuse me. Aboki Surplus, always live. Okay. All right, you are the first timer. Isaiah Ola Dunjoye. Hey guys, how are you? That is Lucid. Lucid, think I don't know you. I know you. I know your name. Yeah, Lucid. Nice to have you on a live today. So I want you guys to pay attention as we talk about this topic, because it's something that it really help you. It's going to be a blessing in your life. So now somebody sent me a message. I was like, I think you're wrong for saying people should not marry who they love. You have to love somebody to marry them. And so the reason why I said you don't necessarily need to marry who you love is because most times we think we love. A lot of people, why I had to use that phrase is people think they love, but they don't love, because you see, as long as time is not in that equation, that is not complete. That is not love. Love is like, how do I say, an adult. Let's say love is, let me use an adult as the what's it called? The analysis now to explain this. Number one, an adult does not become an adult overnight. It must go through the process of time. Do you get? So if I say, I'm an adult, how are you an adult? How many years? The first question you ask me is, how old are you? Right? And then, of course, certain features that you also see, if not maybe a medical problem, but certain physical features that you see will also tell you that this person is an adult. And then certain words you begin to hear makes you also know that this person is an adult, right? But one thing you cannot take out of the equation is time. Time is a necessary ingredient. In fact, time is the pot for which you blend love. I'm too much. Time is the pot. That one just came now. Time is the pot, the composition factor, where you mix all the things that made. So if you don't have time as that pot, how do you cook soup without pot? You have your Maggi, your pepper, your salt, so the caring, the buy me here, the this, the that, all those things. It is time that is the pot that helps you cook it, mix it well, and gives you that delicious meal. So if you have not been giving value to your pot today, respect your pot. Your pot is time. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So I'm saying that love cannot be defined if there is no time in the equation. You don't have love. So most times, the jiggy feeling is the Maggi, the ingredients, the this, the that we have purchased. But we forgot that we need the pot, which is time. And then we make decisions based on those feelings. Don't get me wrong, those feelings are good, right? So we make those decisions. I love him, I want to marry him, boom, without time. Without time. So once you find yourself in that situation whereby, because you see, it is time that will really tell bring out the real deal, if this thing is just infatuation or it's real, right? So we don't have enough time, because if you want to follow this principle that I must love him before I marry him, or I must love her before I marry her, if you want to follow that principle, I tell you, people will have to date for 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years, because that's when they can build that love. And of course, they have to cohabit. And of course, when you cohabit, we enter inside, right? So, you hear somebody say, what is It's anything you can imagine. Okay, I just feel excited today. So I hope you understand, and may God grant you wisdom to understand. So what I'm trying to say is that you really do not say that until you love him before you marry him. So I want to help you. So that leads us to the question that I answered yesterday. That okay, fine. You say we should not love, or I did not say we should not love. You say we should not make our decisions based on love, because that is not necessarily love at that moment. Those things you feel and all that. Okay, so what should we base our decision on? And I said it yesterday. You base your decision on knowledge. So how do you get this knowledge? Because it is when you know, say, this is my man. this is what I've been looking for. You necessarily don't love her yet, I can tell you. But because of that knowledge, love begins to grow. It begins to develop. Now, the things you begin to do over time is that love that cannot be taken away. So love is a seed. It can grow or it can die. Mind you, I said the things you begin to do over time, meaning that there are things you should not be doing that can make love die also. So the things you do is like the watering, like a plant, you water it. So you see, love is serviced. So then, why then do you meet somebody in 3 months and then say you love the person? When we know, we have found out that for love to be truly be love, time must be in the equation. You meet somebody in 1 month, you meet somebody in 2 months and say you love him. Instead of saying I love you too. So we must redefine our definition. We must look at our definitions of love again. So if you're watching, okay. So let me see 1 or 2 comments. I'm trying to have access to IG. What's going on? If you can see me on IG, kindly let me know. If you can see me on IG, just say something. Kilty Chindo, how are you? Kilty 2 is pretending to be somebody from far. I know him. Okay. So Instagram guys, I really don't know. I cannot always. Please guys, let's see how to fix this Instagram issue. It's appalling that every time I have to struggle to see Instagram guys, and there are a lot of people saying stuff on Instagram. Okay, so let's see how we can fix that. Okay, so Instagram guys, I'll just answer you guys imaginarily until probably it pops up here. Okay, so when I load into the feeds here, it just doesn't show, so that's the issue. All right, how do you get this knowledge that can really be the determining factor for you to marry somebody? Now you say, okay, love is okay, it's not really what we should be looking at. What we should be looking at is knowledge. So I'm going to give you some list of the questions you can ask to get the information that you need to make a decision to marry somebody or not. A list of the questions. Just a moment. So these questions, right? They are very important questions. They are very, very important questions. I've been able to bring out 6 questions that can help you to know if you should marry this person or not. 6 questions. Or if you should say yes. Or if you start the journey of loving the person. You see, when you say I do on the altar or whatever, the shrine that you guys went to exchange your vows, or whatever it is, you know, once you say I do, that is the beginning of the love story. That is when you guys are developing your love story, not before. If you have developed your love story before then congratulations for dating for a very long time before you know, and surviving it. And what brought all these things is marrying and dating out of pity. You know, that's what gave birth to all this. So some sensitive topic you have to enter inside very well to be able to get it. Okay, so I can see my Instagram now. Okay, so these are 6 questions that I have for you. Now, before you can ask, as much as you are asking these questions, listen, do unto others what you want to be done to you. So as much as you ask these questions, it means that you yourself have answers to these questions. Do you understand? It is selfishness and wickedness to only expect one person to bring answers. It's parasitic, and we discourage it here. So, so 6 questions you should ask. The 6 questions you should ask before you say yes. And these same questions, while you're asking them, already you have the answer. Number 1, if he's a guy, or if it's a lady, the first question you should ask is, who is he? Or who is she? It means that you yourself have asked yourself, who am I? Very important questions. This is the question of identity. I can tell you that a lot of people have lost identity. They don't know who they are. And that is why you see people do the things they do to get validated for love. They don't know who they are. So the first questions you must ask is, who is he or who is she? Very important question. Do you know that there are so many people that are in relationship today and they don't know the person they are dating? Hello, can you guys help us with that? So many people are in relationship today. They don't know who it is they are dating. If you ask them, so who is this guy? You're telling him he's a real estate guy. That's all. That's not who he is. That's what does he do? That's the question. That's the answer to the question you just gave. Who is? He's a tech guy. That is not who he is. That is what he does. Probably for a living. I'm talking about who he is. So you see, when you have answered that question yourself, when you are asking somebody, you know what you know the answer you're looking for. Who is he or she? Who is she? So that's number one question. In order to do justice to all the 6 questions, I'll be quick to just give you examples or little so that you can understand who he is or who she is. So who he is more of character. You see that? It's more of character. He is that gentle, temperate, kind, loving, caring guy. You see that? That is who he is. She is that contented village girl. That's who she is. Not he's a tech guy. Not he's a G-boy. Not he's a influencer. No. He's not an influencer. He does influencing. That does not define who he is. That's not his character. Powerful question you must ask. You must be able to know somebody's character. And some of these questions, when you ask them, you don't just... If I'm dating and I say, who are you? And probably she tells me, she'll tell me her name, so and so, from so and so, and I like this and that, and this and that, and blah, 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 blah. Good and fine. That's not the answer. But she has done her best, right? The answer is in actions. So let's go to E3, for example. And then probably you don't have a car, and then you stop a bike or a taxi or something, and then the guy calls a ridiculous amount, and then you're about to be, and she says, no babe, from here to here, no, don't do that. Oga. You see that? Now you can add that village contented frugal girl. You can see? She's not stingy, she's frugal. Frugal means cutting off, extraordinary spending, for lack of words, but check your dictionary. It actually means you don't waste resources. And frugality is one thing you need in your marriage. So that you don't go up today, down tomorrow. You must be frugal. So maybe on that day, people are going somewhere and maybe you're in your car and somebody knocks. Hello, sir. Please, can you help me? I say, please. People like embarrassing people. What is all this? Now she is seeing you as that probably caring guy, but impatient or not. You now start seeing that your caring is actually in check. Because how can you be so harsh to somebody? Character. So it's seen in actions. So you can ask a question, who are you? And I'll tell you I'm this, I'm that, from so place, and this is what I love doing, and this is my turn off, and blah, blah, blah. But you should watch out for the answers I just said. So that being said, let's move to the next question. The next question is, what does he want from you? Or what does she want from you? Very important. I'm justifying saying don't marry the person you love. Love the person you marry. And I told you guys that the reason is because, you've got to know the person first. That's the priority in the scale of preference. Knowledge, decisions, and love. Not love, decision and knowledge. That's what a lot of people have been doing. They love you, they decide, and then when they begin to know you, they're like, nah, this is not it. So what did you love? See, so this thing is a bit tricky, like I said. I would have preferred love first, because love is a beautiful thing, right? But it doesn't just work that way. Knowledge. And you see, how do you know the man for you or the woman for you? Is because you yourself have answered these questions I'm telling you. You have answered these questions I'm telling you. Who is he? You have answered who am I? You have answered that question. Or you can now say, I am this and that. You have understood your identity. Because your identity is what is going to shape your character. Okay. So, what does he want from you? So he's coming. Okay, so sir, what do you want? Or ma? Okay, most times it is the guys that does the approaching. But in a situation whereby it is the woman that gave the green light and the guy, do you know that a lot of ladies don't give green light because of probably they are just scared, or they don't ask men out probably because of, that feeling of what if he rejects me and stuff like that. If he rejects you, it is lost, so don't worry about that. Just give your shot, take a step of faith and say, look, you're my kind of guy. I think we've talked about this before. And but it's okay. I can understand you have a boyfriend or a girlfriend, so it's okay, right? So he will now think about it. I'm like, if he's a matured guy, he would, and so there are people that this really just begin to like you for that, and then something can develop. But of course, before you can do that, you must have known certain things. Big decisions based on the physical knowledge that we have. The physical knowledge that we have. Is my mic on? Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. What's wrong? All right. So what does he want from you? So most times these questions is directed to the guys because they are the ones that does the asking. They are the ones that come to ask for you, for your hand in marriage, or for you to be their girlfriend. But it's not limited to just guys, okay? So what does he want from you? You must be clear. You must be specifically clear. What does he want from you? You must be clear about that. Very, very clear about that. What does he want from you? Some people don't want marriage, right? Are you aware? Some people just want to be friends. Some people just want to be what they call what's the word now? They just want to what's that word? I don't want to partners, sexual partners. So you must be clear as to what he wants from you. Right? So and before you can really get, because if you don't know what you want, you can really get any rubbish out there. So you yourself must have defined what you want in a man. So when a man is coming to you, you are expected that the man is going to love you You're expected that the man is going to be your husband, is going to be that guy that can cultivate you and bring the best out of, help you, nurture you, and be that leader, that not necessarily father figure, but that man in your life. So you already have an expectation of the man I want in my life. You already have an expectation of the woman I want in my life, right? So when you meet somebody and then you're asking them, what do you want from me? You already know what you want from a relationship, achieve whatever your goals are. So when the man is telling you, I need somebody that we can build together, grow together, have great kids together, and blah blah blah, you will now check, okay, this means that it tallies with what I want. So don't presume that, okay, because he's saying I want us to be in a relationship, I want this. Don't presume that it's actually a relationship for marriage. It could be a married person. So that must be stated clearly. But I know why we don't ask those questions most times. It's because we ourselves, we are not even interested in and most ladies that don't ask the question, they are not really intentional. They are not ready for marriage, or they're not so they just say, okay, let's see how it goes. Uh, I don't make too much comment on that. So, what does he want from you? Are we back? What does he want from you? Okay. Number 3. Is it number 3 now? What are his or her goals? Very important. You see, you want to be marrying somebody that is intentional, not wishful thinkers. Okay, I'll get to not what will give you that litmus test that is not a wishful thinker. Because you can see some people who whitewash you with sweet, sweet gist. I'm going to be the Elon Musk. I'm going to be the Alibaba. I'm going to be these beautiful goals. I'll give you the next litmus check. But for now, you need to know what are his goals. Is it just blindly, mo see anywhere belle face, mo just dey go, mo when we go dagbaru the thing. When we get to the bridge, we cross it. Now, plan for crossing the bridge. Have training for how to cross bridges. In this situation, maybe when we get to the bridge, you will definitely get to the bridge, whether you like it or not. But you must have discussed about the bridge. So remember, number 1, who is he or who is she? Number 2, what does he want from you, or what does she want from this relationship? What are her expectations? These questions must be asked. Number 3, what are his goals? What are his goals? What are his goals? What does he want to achieve? What's the vision like? Where are we going? So he can tell you sweet things. I'm going to be, you and I will rule the world, we'll conquer nations, we'll do this, we'll do that, we'll do blah. It's sweet to talk. The next question will help you know whether this guy or this lady, are just mere words, or they've got integrity and there is power following their words. The next question is, what are his achievements? Or what are her achievements? Like, show me even one little thing you've done. Okay, I've had a poultry farm and I've trained so bird, and it's an achievement. It means you are a responsible somebody. If you can do something, Okay, I've written a book. Wow, that's good. It takes a lot of discipline to do that. I've trained some youth free and empowered, blah blah blah, something. So the reason why you need that achievement is because you need to know that, you see, success is calculated. It's not something that you will just presume that, okay, because I have the idea and because I wish it. It takes discipline to get to that place. So if the discipline has not been demonstrated before in the past in little things, forget about it. Now whitewash. They whitewash you. He will not achieve it. But once you can see little things that he has done, I was able to do this, I was able to do that, hold on. This is also a deliverance session for people that will say that, people keep saying, you can't judge a book by its cover, so ladies, round and eye, they go for big things, We are not saying big things here. One small thing, just one. He's a keyboardist. Do you know the discipline it takes to learn that? It means he has more discipline to achieve other things. Discipline is one powerful. Anyway, let me know. It's like a digression from what I'm saying. All right, so yeah. So what are his achievements? And then the number 5 questions is what are his values? What are his values and who is he? They are similar. So that's why I brought it down. I didn't want, because when you begin to understand who is he, you begin to understand what his values are. Does he love God? Does he so what are his values politically? What are his values? I'll give you guys an example. Um, I okay. Let me not. Somebody had a girlfriend and is taking it serious, and or should I say has a girlfriend, taking it serious with her, and then so he was heading somewhere. He saw an accident. He saw an accident scenario. Decided to highlight, try to help out. Even went further to help the saving him. She's not wrong. Neither is he wrong. Have you ever seen where two rights are not right? They are both right, yeah. So none is wrong, but right in different ways. Because from experience, she had seen situations whereby you try to help, you become the victim, and she's protecting a man. Here's the man who cannot see a soul die. So there are points for compromise. My last statement, I don't know, I've said the word compromise, but let's move forward. Let's move forward. So what are his values? You need to understand this. These are questions, my dear beloved people. These are questions you need to ask. And then finally, number 6 is what should both of you achieve together? What's the goal? So okay, I've known you, I've seen what you want from me. Now, if I come into your life, what is the big deal? Like, what is it? Why do what's that? What's the why for us? What's the vision? Like, what? Okay, we just marry, I'll be a housewife, giving birth to children, grow old, and then we die, and our children in the same circle like that. Like, no, 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 don't do that. Ask. There must be a legacy. There must be something we're trying to contribute to our world, our nation, make a meaning out of our life. So what's that thing? It must be clearly stated. I tell you, ladies and gentlemen, if you can answer these 6 questions, marry him, marry her. Love. See, let me tell you, if truly you did your investigations and these questions were asked and answered properly, marry the person and thank me later. But if the answers to these questions are just 0 udu okundo, 0/5, 0/10, 1/8, forget it. Just no need. So there's no need to start loving the person. So ask these questions, and then you can say I do based on my understanding that this person is the person that I need in my life to take me to the next level, or to make me achieve what God has put in my hands, or make me achieve those aspirations that I have in my heart. I say I do with all my heart. Love will grow. Do you know your family that you are with together with now? You did not choose them. It was randomly selected by the excellency of God's wisdom. Somebody was complaining to me that, have I ever asked this question? Oh, it was even today. But have I ever asked this question, that why is it that God cannot put me in families like Otedola, Dangote? Why must it be this? And I told her, I said, look, God is a wise God. It looks like injustice, but because you have not discovered yourself. Not to demean those that are children of Otedola and all that, not to demean them, but I can tell you that in his eternal wisdom, he has found out that you are the right person to be there. You are the person that can survive in that family. If you carry somebody that is supposed to be in a rich man's family and put him there, he will die before his time. But you have that capacity, that tenacity, and you are the leader that will break that chain of the curses that is holding people down. Through his wisdom. And I said, do you know marathon? Is it marathon or what do you call it? Relay, yes. Where you have four people, this one run, gives on the baton, this one run, gives. So you have that. You find out that when they arrange them, some people will be in front, some people will be at the back. And I said, those in front now will be thinking they are advantageous. They are not. Because when you get to the curve, you now see the advantage of those. So God in his wisdom has been able to look at certain families. So I don't want, I'm really digressing. Just stick with me. Just stick with me. We'll go. So these are the questions I think you can ask. So I'm going to recap one more time and then we'll round up this session. I'm also going to take a look at few questions, if there is any. Okay. YouTubers, are we there? Hello, those on YouTube, kindly say hi. So now, do not get me wrong, these questions are. So, what is your love language? I know a lot of ladies say money, money, money. But may God help us. I will not blame them. No proper tutoring, no proper, no, you see, no proper schooling, no proper school, not school like the formal educational system. I'm talking about no proper schooling. Everybody needs to be schooled. What we're doing here is schooling. We're schooling everyone, schooling ourselves. So when you have a proper schooling, you see the results. You know, if you want to end poverty, increase education. I'm not talking about increase this charade, this culture of getting admission, being on serious, not what they are teaching in schools today that average university students cannot even defend themselves or produce something. Not that. I'm talking about proper education that can give birth to results, and poverty will end. So it's the same thing. When you see a group of people thinking one somehow that you feel is below the standard, it's the schooling process. It's either the schooling process is poor or there's no schooling process at all. But when the schooling, there's a put in place by the parents, the society, the community, internet users to really reach out to the minds of people and school them, you will see quality statements. Let's say, what's your love language? Money, 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 money. And no, don't be angry at them. You see, it's the schooling. There's a problem, fundamental corruption, the cancer, and it needs to be dealt with in the system before you can now see positive outcry from the likes of people you hear those kind of things from. So it's not about getting angry and getting pissed off. The question is, you, what are you doing about it? When somebody say, me, all I need is just have money, sha, and then you're angry. You don't really be angry at a system that made somebody that way, and you are in that system and you have not done anything to try to contribute, and you're angry. No, you should be not angry at them, angry that you have not been able to solve a problem. You have not been able to make these people think well. People need to be praying for me because I don't know. I sometimes I'll just get so emotional, and then it looks like I'm digressing. But these things, they're all part of it. So, all right, it's high time I close the curtain. Like my main man, Prolific, you say let's close the curtain. All right, so I'll just go. I was actually trying to see trying to read one or two comments, just one or two comments, and then so who is he? The first question is a question of character, is a question of identity. You need to identify this person as so and so person. He's if you're in the Christian faith, you need to be sure that this person is genuinely a Christian, right? It's not a churchgoer. There are a lot of churchgoers, but not all are born again Christians. So it's part of his identity. And if I will take it further in the Christian faith, you need to know your identity in Christ. And so once you're able to do that, you begin to answer most of the questions yourself. And like I said, these questions, as you ask them, you yourself should have the answer. So as you are asking, just be prepared that the person is also going to ask you. So that will lead me to say this. The first thing is not looking for man or woman. The first thing is looking for yourself. Because if you cannot answer this question, you will go there and make a mess of yourself. If, for example, you're a lady and a guy is asking you all these questions and is your ideal man, and you yourself do not have answers, real men have these questions in their fingerprint. You understand? They may, if they are not really, really conscious about certain religious ethics, but yet that doesn't mean they are not real men. Like when it comes to soundness of mind, and they may just have you around, but they know the person they want to marry, they know the person they're looking for, and these conversations is what will make them know you are the one or not. So if you do not even discover yourself in the first place, and you meet somebody and the person is saying, who are you? And you say, I'm this and that, and you're not giving something that is valuable in return, I think they may just put you in a category, and you'll be surprised that for many years you cannot expect, according to Albert Einstein, doing the same thing over and over again and expect a different result. Go online and ask people that keep saying men are scum, men are this, women are that. Ask them that your last relationship you broke up, did you do a retreat? Let me put it that way. And then you open your life in a book and ask question, what is the feedback that I got in this relationship? Because if you don't do it, I tell you the truth, you will repeat those things. They will happen again and again, and then you make conclusions that men are scum. It's not men that are scum. It's not women that are witches. It's you that have refused to do things differently. I can tell you. I remember I said that if a particular kind of person if heartbreakers are the ones you are attracting, there is something wrong with you. There is something wrong with you. If heartbreakers, he came, he deceived me, he played me, broke my heart and left, there is something about you. You need to ask yourself genuine questions. Why am I attracting these people? Or why is it that these people are seeing me? Leave village people first. Let me tell you, village people work together it's an orchestration. Your cooperation must be in it. They will do everything, enchantment and everything, but they need your decision to make it pa. I tell you the truth. So before, we'll always pray and attack village people, but also focus on yourself. So I'm saying that because while you ask these questions, you yourself must have answered the questions, so that as you ask the questions and you have your answer, when they ask you to, you have your answer, and then people can go on. Even though if love has not been built, I tell you, marry them. It is the knowledge that this is the man, this is the woman, a support system that I need in my journey. A woman I would defend, I would protect, that is submitting and loyal. A woman that will help me raise goodly children. She's the one. Look at her. I really do not have love for her because we've not spent time. I told you love is time over, or the things you do over time that crosses this attachment, this addiction. I don't want to be using addiction because it looks like a negative word. But if there's any positive addiction, tell me, like a word that denotes positive addiction. Please bring it to my mind so that I can be using it. And that word is used to. You get used to. You can get used to things. Anything you spend time on, your gamepad, your phone, whatever, you get used to it. That if it's taken away from you, you feel like a part of your life has been cut off. Because you spent time doing things with it. That is love. Or the major foundation of love. There are still other things that now makes it, I promise you guys, I'm going to talk about love genuinely. I'll find time. I've done my research, but I still need to do some more research so that I can tell you exactly what love is, because we have this issue of agape love, this love, that love, and different kind of love. For me, love is love. Love is love. Love is love. Love is love. But it is expressed in different ways. That's why you now have agape, this and this and that. But love is love, and God is love. So, ladies and gentlemen, just a brief recap. Who is he? What does he want from me? It's a very important question you must ask. So you don't assume people are getting married while he's just seeing you as a friend. Don't do that. Ask. If it's Apako he's looking for, let him tell you. Or if you is Apako you are looking for, tell him it's Apako I'm looking for. I believe that he will run away. It's a lie, he might not run away. But men who don't want distractions, they will leave. But it's like a bait. Some men, of course, it's a bait. So this people we don't judge, oh, but we must just say things the way they are. So, um, but at least let the intention be known. I don't like guys that will go and tell girls, "I love you. You are the apple of my this. I see my children in your heart, in your heart." But why do you think you will make progress in life? Why you think say trailer no go jam you? No, I'm not saying that everybody with trailer jam now because a break person heart. But the world is bar. Karma is really real. Oh. I'm telling you. You can't go ahead. If you know it's just say I like you, but I think I'm just being um, you know, I'm not encouraging that, but I think it's better than coming to deceive somebody. Some people even go and pay your bride price at the end of the day, and it's happen now, and you say trailer will not crush you. No, I'm just saying. I'm not saying trailer will crush you. I'm just saying you think you, some of these things that you call coincidence. You think they are coincidence. Or thunder. Mr. Rex say thunder go fire you. Yeah, that's wickedness. So, jumping to the next question, what are his goals? So you need to know his goals, his dreams, aspirations. So if you meet me now, you want to marry me, what I will tell you, even you go fear. The things that they fear me, the goals they fear me, right? But I know it is possible. So it's now left for you to now say, Kai, no, this is just too big for me. I just want a moderate life, right? And just day or day. Than to get, he wants to be this. When income they be this and that, the heat that shakes, if you take him, you now fight for divorce. No. Ask these questions. Probably he wants to be a politician. Politicians, they go through a lot. Enemies left, right, centers, attack, all those things. And he has told you this is what he wants to be. He wants to be the president. And you are just saying, you're just smiling. He told you. So you must know these questions. You must be able to answer that. What are his goals? Then the next question is, what are his achievements? This is what you now use to know whether he will definitely be that president or not. Or he will definitely be that Elon Musk or not. Or he will definitely be that businessman. What is the achievement? If he told you, okay, I own so and so company, be calm down, he'll be there. Because you see, he has built the character and the discipline that it will take to reach there. But if he has not been able to do anything, he's a wishful talker. Just it's a red flag. Or she, I want to be the best fashion cake designer, or this is a makeup artist, blah blah blah. Okay, what have you achieved? I went to poly. I'm not downplaying poly or any educational system, but that's a normal thing. Like anybody with a good parent, anybody, the average person definitely will go to school. Don't tell me that's an achievement. It's an achievement, yeah, but that's not the achievement we're talking about. Like, what have you achieved aside school? That's what you should be saying. That's what you should be saying. So when you can show me what you've achieved, it means this dream and vision you have, there is possibility that you get there. If you have not achieved anything, you should not talk about relationship. Go work on yourself till you achieve something. Okay? So that is why you see. Anyway, let's leave that. So the next thing is his values. You need to look at his values, and I've explained values. Watch this video from the beginning. I don't want to be going back repeating myself because we're about rounding up. Then what should both of you achieve together? These 6 questions. Once you put it together, marry him. Marry him. Come and meet me. Yeah, I'm the one that said it. Marry him or marry her. Once both of you can answer these questions to your satisfaction, you don't really need love to marry. When you marry, love it will choke because the soil for it to grow is already there. That being said, I still believe a lot of people still may not understand this concept, but it takes time. Things like this, when you're trying to help a generation,
You know, it takes time, and there are a lot of forces you contend with. So I understand, but it's not a problem. Yeah, at the RFM Studios, we do a lot of research based on truths, based on principles, ethics, and morals, and we try to make this available to see how we can contribute to making people a blessing or being a blessing to people. And that being said, if you know you have a story you want to share with us, we talk about relationship, of course, stuff like this, not just the educative part, but even the contemplating part, where you have to think through and say, how can this, you know? So you have a story you want us to talk about, share with us. Only about few people have sent in theirs, and I think about two of them, and they don't want it to be aired, just discussed like a counseling thing. But if you want yours to be aired, we'll talk about it, bring it online, even if it has to be um, remotely. Fine, we can do that talk so that people can learn. Again, if you want to, um, you need a counseling advice, you have a specific kind of guy or lady you want in your life, tell us, and we will make a request from where, people that have also showed interest, and see how we can match make you guys. But always remember, our matchmaking is not the type we'll just match make you and allow you guys to go and destroy your lives. We are very careful when we match you. We'll ask you questions. You can see the questions that I'm asking, but so prepare your own. We'll ask you questions, and then we'll also ask the other person questions and see, and then if we need to recommend certain knowledge for you guys to have so that you can start well, we'll do that, and then we'll definitely do a link up. But before then, you will know yourself, you talk through us. All this is pending when our app will be ready, which will be ready any moment. It's already actually ready. We're just working on the legalities and other things. And so that being said, make sure you reach out to us if you have anything or any thing that's bothering you want to talk about. Make sure you don't hesitate letting us know, and we are here for you. That being said, share this video. Please share. Once you watch this video, please share it. Please share it. Let it be a blessing to somebody, so that you too have contributed to getting this discourse to help somebody. God bless you. See you tomorrow. Bye.